Are you ready to dance tonight?
Today's work is the new problem.
It's your boy, international superstar DJ Flex, J Money. Everybody, come on, let's go.
Everybody dance yo, oh oh. Dance yo, oh oh. Everybody dance yo, oh oh. Dance yo, oh oh. Una dance, 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 It's DJ Flexing and J Money Day, how we day.
Hello viewers, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a great week. As you can see, we're outside here in Amsterdam, a very nice, lovely neighborhood. A very wonderful weather today. It's about 11 degrees. Beautiful weather today. I just want you to know that I'm here to tell you about the program regarding the journey to financial freedom. And the event was held on the 24th of March at No Limit Event Center at the New York hallway. Believe me, trust me, it was a wonderful event. It was great. It was really splendid. I had marvelous times with the organizers and also I learned a lot. So right now we are at the wonderful center and the organizers of the event, they are here having dinner. Having lunch. So we're just here to have a very short, timestamp interview about the program or the event that they had yesterday. On the 24th of March also as well. And let's see what they have to tell you guys for those of you that have missed it. And also let's see if they have other programs coming up as well. So follow me while we go into the main house of the wonderful center in Tipsy Lunch Restaurant and Cafe to talk with these organizers. Let's go. Inside to the World of Food right now to meet. We're going in now to the World of Food Center. Actually, this World of Food Center consists of a lot of restaurants from all over the world, all kind of cuisines, all kind of food, Moroccan food, Italian food, Nigerian food, Liberian food, Chinese food. Just think about it. We also have McDonald's here. This is World of Food Center located right here in the heart of Amsterdam Zuidoost. So right now we have our guest from the UK, the CEO of Forces Investments, UK, and also the CEO of ARRIEL Solutions Limited, that organized this series of the Journey to Financial Freedom. So they are right here, right now, having lunch at Tipsy Lunch Duncan's Place restaurant. So we're going in right now to have this short interview with them. So we're going to talk to them right now and let's see what they have for us in the future. So follow me, let's go talk to these guys. All right, let's go.
And that's Empire on the mix.
Once again, it's your boy, international superstar DJ Flex, my superstar producer J Swag, and my man J Money. This is how we do. Amsterdam, Lagos.
Good day. Once again, you're welcome to this segment of Paparazzi Media Infotainment. I remain your host, Jeffrey G. Williams is my name. Like you all know, the last video we did was about the Journey to Financial Freedom event And the program was held on 24th of March, which was yesterday, and it was very interesting, it was wonderful. And for those of you that couldn't make it, I want to say that you have an opportunity now to have brief information from the main organizers themselves, from the main host, from our brothers here that came all the way from UK, and also from the main organizers. So in the meantime, not to bore you with too much talk, I'm going to ask out to Mr. Antonio Lotu, who is the main organizer of the event of Journey to Financial Freedom. So sir, please, you can talk to the audience, and first of all, introduce yourself, and tell us the reason why you decided to host this event.
Thank you very much. Distinguished viewers, I am Anthony Olutu, one of you guys here in the Netherlands before I went to the United Kingdom. The main organizer of the Journey to Financial Freedom. As part of my reaching out to our community and to ensure that families are able to get out of debt quickly, they are able to build a legacy for themselves and for their children. I decided to bring my partners from the United Kingdom to reach out to you and show you the steps.
Thank you very much for that. And I have right here with me Mr.
Dean Josham
and also
James Mason.
Okay. Come again, sir?
Dean Josham.
Dean
Josham.
Dean Joshua. So I can call you Mr. Dean.
Dean, yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Dean. Yeah, okay. So Mr. Dean, can you please tell us what Forces Investments is all about, what does it represent? Tell the audience as well.
We're about financial education. We believe that it's not taught enough in schools, and there's a massive debt issue, and we're trying to address that through education, through what we teach, to educate people, to give them the power and the knowledge to make their decisions for themselves. Because we believe in the education. We don't give advice, we give education. Because with education comes power, and then you gain the knowledge to take your own steps because you know what's best for you.
Yeah.
Once you've got that knowledge, then you can act on that. It's all about the education to become debt-free, mortgage-free, and also build a income so you're financially independent.
Okay, that's a good one. So if I may ask Mr.
James.
Mr. James, so what are your reach, your target goal? Do you intend to do this globally, or just looking at a certain region, like, because a lot of people who would like to sign up for this, because we have people back in Africa as well who would like to sign up for this, because a lot of poverty, really going on Africa in terms of finance and all that, do you have any plan or any medium to extend your reach to people in that continent?
Well, regarding people and families who want to help, our original plan was just helping the forces, the UK forces. But because people were coming to us outside of the forces and asking for help, local communities, we started helping them. We met Anthony, that's why we're here today. We've never turned our backs on anybody. We want to help anybody that will listen. We would never turn our backs on anybody, because everybody needs this education. Everybody would benefit from what we have to offer. Everybody that comes to our events, I'm sure you agree that every single person will benefit in some way or another. We'll take something away which will put money back in their pockets, which will buy them more time to spend with their families.
Alright, so in a nutshell, so if for example somebody like Anthony or myself want to have an event in any country in Africa, you can also fly down to educate people.
We'll be there.
Globally.
We'll be there.
It's a global issue. Debt.
It's a global
issue,
Okay.
and it's not going away. It's not being addressed like it should be, and it's got to start with the education. You can't get out of debt with more debt. It's impossible. The figures don't lie. And where it's got to start is at the family roots, teaching ourselves, teaching our kids, them good actions to take, that education, and then keep building on that.
All right.
The banking system is corrupt. The banking system is corrupt. People need to understand it. If you understand it, you can use it you can use it to benefit you and your family.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how the game's played,
Exactly.
how can you win the game?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, because that's a good thing. Because when I was about making the promo for your event, I was telling people like, oh, you got to come and listen to this seminar. He'll educate you. He'll tell you how to be debt free. You know, how to have financial freedom and all that. You know.
Yeah.
So I was privileged enough to be at the event on the 24th of March, and I really get a lot of knowledge. I was privileged. I'm really happy right now. But people watching right now would like to know what's the secret now about them having financial freedom.
Having an open door.
Yeah, yes. What's the main key to have that success, to have freedom, debt free? You know, the education that you were talking about. What is the real thing? What do they have to do to have that freedom financially?
You've got the answer. There's your mission to go out, so go for it if you've got the answer.
It's keeping it simple.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
This financial education, how we're taught through the media, is always complex. It's keeping things very simple.
Okay.
You know, keeping it simple, it's step by step, it's a process. If you follow that process, you understand it, and you action it, you will do it. In the media, it's all big words, fancy words, what's it, this one,
Everything's very complicated.
It's too complex. Keep it simple process, and action it.
Well,
Learn it, understand it, and action it.
what we do is it's a step by step process though, and we actually do it with families. We don't do it for them. We do it with them, alongside them,
Yeah.
with their friends, you know, for life. When we help families, you know, we have them. It's so grateful. You know, we'll sit there and get them out of debt 10 years earlier, and save them thousands and thousands of pounds. You know, we literally change people's lives, and it's a nice feeling. Yeah, you know, so. But it's not just that's what you need to do. Go on, off you pop. You know, we'll stand by them, stand by the sides, and we'll help them, show them what to do. We'll just show them what we do, and all they have to do is copy us.
Yeah. Okay.
But we always work very hard to keep things simple, because just keep it simple and just say just do this, just do this, just do it. You don't need to do anything else.
Okay.
Stick to that.
And the understanding of why you're doing step one, why do you do step two, what's the benefits of doing it. Once you understand that, and you learn it and you've got it, that's it.
Okay.
Just do it.
All right. Thank you very much. And this takes me to the other question, with Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
So, ARRIEL Solutions. What is ARRIEL Solutions all about?
ARRIEL Solutions Limited is a consultancy firm based in the United Kingdom. We specialize in rendering IT-related solutions to our clients. As part of what we do is also training and empowerment of people to gain the necessary IT-related skill for the 21st century and pass this also to our children. And collaborating with Forces Investment has been a one-way approach to get you from where you are to where you want to be. So you can't say, what do I have to do to earn more money? You have the opportunity of getting the required training in terms of what can get you a better job, for example. And when you start earning, how do you manage your finances? That is where Forces Investment comes in. So like I said, we are a consultancy firm that work within the IT fair and also ensure we empower people in living to their highest purpose.
Okay. So, how do you empower these people?
Through training, through education, because you don't know what you don't know. That's point number one. Everybody will agree with me, and that we are in the information age now. We're in the age of information. Everything we do is IT related. So acquiring skills within the IT fair is a must for everyone. Even the little children have telephones. We do our banking services via the phone, social media, everything is in the phone. This is not a telephone, but rather it's a computer right in your hand. So the more you know about these things, the more you're empowering yourself, the more you're changing your thinking, and the more you're also helping your kids, our children, to be prepared for the future. So that is really the focus of ARRIEL Solution as a consultancy company.
Okay. So, the other questions for Forces. How long have you guys started this company, Forces?
Early 2014.
Okay, and so far, what have been your achievements?
Ooh, flipping it. We've actually got one of the biggest achievements is we've actually got a foot in the door with the military.
Come again?
We've got a foot in the door. We've got we've been accepted into the military to go into the military
Okay.
and run presentations for hundreds of soldiers at once, you know, and that was an achievement because it was hard work getting in there and gaining that trust. So it's the settlement side of it. So when the military are leaving the forces, obviously they're getting settled into civilian life, and we help them. We help them through financial planning, etc., and helping them plan for the futures.
It's a big transition from
Massive
military
transition.
back into civilian life. And then you know the guys and girls need that support system then, and we're being privileged enough to be part of that. And
We're
that's
quite happy to do the same here, aren't we?
Yeah.
In Holland, you know, we're quite happy to do it for the forces guys over here.
and
the
the
military.
other communities as well, because everybody needs to know this.
Everybody needs to know it.
And it's not rocket science.
You know,
It's not as complex as it's made out to be.
I mean, the schooling system in the UK, I don't know what it is, exactly what it is here, as in, but on average you do about 14,000 hours of schooling in the UK. You don't learn anything about money. We use money every single day, but we learn nothing about money. You know, so that it's key. The things we teach will change people. If I knew what I know now when I was a child, if I was taught just the basics,
Okay, that brings me to the last question for you. The basics, you know, because people watching right now will want to know that basic, you know, because when I was at the seminar on the 24th yesterday, I noticed there's another company that was involved, Avesta, you know, so yeah. So I could understand that, okay, right now if I sign up for a scheme like this, I can invest in this, and at the end of the day I can get this, you know, profit and all that, you know. So is that really the basic key, you know, of making money through your concept? You know, investing in
one of the keys
in precious metal.
One of the keys. I mean, again, if I learned this at an early stage, you know, paper money is designed to lose its value. It's as simple as that. Every single paper money is what's called a fiat currency. There's been thousands of fiat currencies. Every single fiat currency goes to zero eventually, loses its value.
Yeah.
If you're saving your money in something that loses its value, you lose it. It's inflation.
Yeah.
But you're losing money hand over fist.
Yeah.
But people don't realise it because it's under the radar.
Okay.
It's undercover. You don't really see it, do you?
It's never taught to us.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you just did one thing,
Yeah.
as I've just done for my child is 3 days old,
Yeah.
and I've set him up a precious metals account, and he's saving in precious metals every day now,
Yeah.
in platinum, palladium, gold, and silver.
Wow.
So he's saving in something of real value.
Yeah.
Paper currency, fiat currency loses its value does this.
Yeah.
Precious metals do this, but in the long term do that, and you've got something of real value that you know. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Any family can do this.
Mr. Anthony, can you enlighten me on that
Yeah,
for to understand?
it is shocking when you see that we are taught in school how to work with money, but we're never taught how to manage money.
Yeah.
And we're using this platform and our seminar to educate people to take charge of their lives, take charge of their finances, and begin to learn how to better manage their hard-earned sweat. It's so sad that a lot of people, by the time they get to retirement age, they are dependent upon their children, the state, and people to take care of them. They are not financially free, so they use their whole life to work without having anything to show for it. But with this proper way of doing things, like our ancestors did, who put their money in landed properties, in real estate, in Cora bead,
Back to basics.
in gold, in silver,
Yeah.
and they could fall back to these years later because it had increased in value as against depreciating. And we're not teaching anything new. We are only showing people and making them wake up to what they already know. And this is what this is all about. Taking charge of your life, helping your family, your children, and leaving a legacy for the future.
Can I say one more thing? This is something I didn't understand. Roughly about 15 years ago, maybe a bit longer. There was a very wealthy guy I knew. I completely forget his name every time I explain it. I always forget. I think it was Sean. But he said one thing to me. He said, "Never, ever have your wealth in the bank in paper currency, in paper money.
No.
Never. he said, just do your research and find assets, find things of value.
Yeah.
Put your paper currency in something of value. Don't leave it in the banks, don't leave it in paper money, because you will lose out. Always try and find something, always do your research and try and find something that you think is going to hold its value at least.
They'll appreciate.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So guess what? At the time I didn't really understand it, but a few years later I started investing in property, done very well out of it. Well, initially I didn't, I lost lots of money.
Yeah.
Found some millionaires, paid them a lot of money, they taught me how to do it properly.
Yeah.
Turned it round, did quite well out of it, really well out of it. And then, that's why we stick to bricks and mortar and precious metals, real value. I do not have money in the bank, only to pay bills.
Okay.
We have to pay off debt,
Yeah.
get rid of the debt, or precious metals.
Okay.
I think examples of that is if you look at Venezuela today,
Oh God, yeah.
hyperinflation. Look at what happened in Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
Germany after the war.
Yeah.
You know, people were going home with wheelbarrows full of paper money,
Yeah.
burning it, sticking it as wallpaper because it had no value.
Yeah.
The system is made like that. You have to understand the system and then
Okay.
realise you're in the system, you've got to work the system, use the system,
Yeah.
but then you've got to preserve your wealth.
Yeah.
And that's like you just said with real assets, something
Yeah.
of true value that's going to hold its wealth and value, not
But
depreciate.
a lot of people have this view of it won't happen here. Won't happen here. That's
Venezuela.
somewhere else.
That's an oil-rich country. And look at it now, look what's happening now, today.
Yeah.
There was a short BBC news about it, and the guy bought the coffee
Yeah.
with a pile of money. He said, this coffee today
Yeah.
cost me as much as a one-bedroom flat 15 years ago.
And that's the
And
reality
that's-
of
and it's
what we're
today.
living. Yeah.
Look at the technology we've got and how life is, and that's happening to people today still.
Exactly.
This is wrong.
Exactly. So paper money is not really, it's not ideal.
It's not the way to go.
It's not really the way to go. But that comes to mind because someone before this interview, called me on the phone. Because I told him about this program. They were like, "Oh yeah, I know about personal, but I'm also investing in cryptocurrency. I'm having my Bitcoin, I'm having my Litecoin, and things like that. So how can you really let people convince people that they should go more for the precious metals than cryptocurrency?
I think we've got.
I don't think it's a case of convincing people. You should do both, I think. Myself personally, you should get the money out of the system.
Well,
Cryptocurrency is very volatile at the moment.
Yeah,
very
well,
volatile.
don't you think cryptocurrency have inflation and deflation goes up and down? I don't know.
The advice
Yeah.
we would give to everybody is this. If you tell me you put all your eggs in cryptocurrency, we know it's not a wise way to go. We always advise you to diversify your portfolio. While diversifying, never leave out precious metal and real estate out of your portfolio. So I don't care if you want to leave money in the bank, if you want to do any other thing. But what we have proven and tested over the years, for years,
5,000 years.
5,000
ago,
years. Precious metal, real estate, have it as part of your portfolio.
It's more valuable.
It's proven.
It's more safer.
Yeah.
It's safer,
So
I think.
this has been proven.
Yeah.
And for those people who are still saying, I don't know mathematics, I'm not educated, I will tell them something. The easiest way to learn something is to look for somebody who is already doing what you want to do and let the person mentor and teach you. It is called apprenticeship. We need to fall back to that. It's not rocket science. I don't know all this.
Yeah.
But what did I do? I saw people who were already doing it,
Yeah.
who have succeeded in it.
Yeah.
All I needed to do was to join them and just do what they're doing. And you start getting better at it. It's the same thing with whatever trade you're doing. Be you a tailor or whatever you're doing, you need that mentoring to guide you through a process. And over time, before you look back down the years, you're an expert at it. So for those who are still saying, I don't know anything about maths, about accounting, you don't need to know anything. All you need to do is look for somebody who is where you want to be, doing what you love to do, and just do the same thing. Copy.
Just to clarify the
Copy the right thing.
cryptocurrency, just to clarify the cryptocurrency, we're not against it because we're doing it
No, we're
ourselves.
not.
Not against it at all. But
Diversify
that's
your portfolio.
very risky, very volatile. So what we generally tend to do is money made, a certain percentage of that, depending on your risk ratio, how you see risk. It goes into precious metals every month, once a month, or once every few. Depends on your strategy. But it'll go into something of real gold. Because gold is pretty much solid, you know. So it really is.
It appreciates.
Long term. It's protection. It's wealth protection.
Yes.
It's insurance.
Okay.
What we see has been insurance for your family.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So you've heard from the experts. You've heard from the directors of Forces Investments Limited, right? A company in the UK, and also from ARRIEL Solutions. All right. So I implore you guys to take this very seriously. The series of the Journey to Financial Freedom. So there's a new event coming up. Like I understand from the director of ARRIEL Solutions, Anthony. So could you please tell the audience?
Ladies and gentlemen and all viewers, we're happy to be of help to every family, every community, and everywhere we find ourselves. And because of this, we are very excited to inform you that for all those who came, first of all, we are very grateful and we're thankful for the reception that was given to us yesterday. And for those who didn't come, you have another opportunity. We've booked a date with our partners, and they've taken time off their diaries and their calendars and said they're going to be with us again for the 15th and 16th of June.
Wow, that's good.
So we have enough time to start planning for it.
Okay. So about 3 months from now.
3 months from now, book the date, get prepared. Please have a list of all your questions, and you're going to be hearing from us. We're coming in full force to make all these things that you don't understand understandable.
Thank you very much. So you've heard from the CEO himself from ARRIEL Solutions in a series of the Journey to Financial Freedom. Listen carefully, viewers. This is a movement. This is a movement. I was at a seminar on the 24th of March, and trust me, I was really educated. I enjoyed everything. I didn't know much about what was going on, in terms of the financial world. But with this seminar, I had to learn a lot. So it's a movement, the journey to financial freedom. So I implore you guys watching right now to ensure that you come to this event on the 15th
and 16th
of June. Please, if you live in Amsterdam or anywhere in the Netherlands and you have friends who live around this country, invite them to come. Come and gain knowledge about having financial success in your life. All right. So with that being said, we're about to round up this interview right now. I want to ask Mr. Dean just one final advice to the viewers out there. Just one final advice that you have for them.
Take action. Just come and see us. We're here, we're back here. Doesn't cost anything.
Okay. You hear from Mr. Dean, he says take action. Mr. Anthony, one last word.
Just one word.
Yeah.
This series is tagged Your Journey to Financial Freedom. All we want you to do is to add your to it, so it becomes your journey to financial freedom. And then you see how your life is going to change.
It's a big movement.
It's a big movement.
So how do you tend to see this last?
It's going to go from generation to generation. Because if you look at one of our mission for this is to leave a legacy. When we live in a legacy, what will we be remembered for 40, 50 years from now, or when we're gone? So that is the whole idea, passing wealth from ourselves to our children and down the line our generation.
Beautiful. Perfect. Mr. James, one last word to the audience listening right now.
Financial education is key. It is key. You need to learn what others aren't. What we teach is not taught in schools. You need to learn it. It's as simple as that. For financial survival in this world, in this day and age, you need to learn it. And no one's going to close the door and lock you in and try to sell you anything. We've got nothing to sell. Come along, listen to what we have to say. I guarantee every person you'll walk away with something that will put money back in your pockets. Simple.
And just one last question to our viewers. I want you to go think within yourself. If you were to lose your job today,
Brilliant.
will you be able to take care of yourself?
Good question.
Of your children? How long will you be able to survive if you should lose your job today, or if something should happen to you, please go think about this while you prepare for the next event. Thank you.
So that being said, Mr. Anthony, thank you so much. Mr. Dane and James, it's been a pleasure knowing you guys. And
Thank you very much for partnering with
take care.
this
Yes,
journey.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
So viewers, you've heard it all. Make sure you book a date that day. Whatever you're doing, great time on the 15th
And 16th.
and 16th.
Friday and a Saturday.
Friday and Saturday,
Yeah.
15th and 16th of June. All right, for another event for the journey to financial freedom. It's a series, it's a movement.
Yeah.
So ensure to be there that day. Come gain some knowledge. You've heard from the bosses themselves. You've heard from them. They are the pioneers. They know what they've got, and they want to pass more to you, so you can help your children and help your generation. So thank you very much. I remain your host, Jeffrey G.A. Williams for Paparazzi Media. Bye for now.
And that's Empire on the mix.